Hey, what's up everyone? How you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody is awesome. Alright, so big changes in the game happened recently and it's definitely made things a lot better. So what do you guys think about all the changes we've had? What's up, Jay? What's up, Tin? There's somebody with a name I can't read. Everything at once. Hello, Bell Sprouts. The other me is in here. What's up, other me? Arav, how's it going? Streamlabs bot, what's up, buddy? Very nice to see you guys today. Thank you for coming out. So, how's everybody's day so far? I see Glenn. What's up, Glenn? Alright, so Bellsprout says, after the rebalances, I needed to swap out 2 bots, Puncher Behemoth and Fainter Typhon. I swapped Typhon for Sonic Mender. Yeah, you know, Sonic Mender is good if you can figure out how to play it, yes. I think Mender is a little bit hard to play, but honestly, it's a great robot. So if you get the hang of it, I'm pretty sure you'll really like that thing. Now, as far as the Behemoth, I think that's still a top-notch robot. What's up, Zod? How you doing, buddy? Sean, what's going on? So, Sean, what in the world is a Gray Swarm, my friend? I have no idea what that is. Okay, so Muhammad. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Jay says, I haven't been playing much War Robots lately. School's been really busy and I just haven't had enough time. Well, that's a bummer, man. You definitely got to get your schooling and stuff in, but you definitely got to save time to have fun as well. Yeah, like yesterday I made a video and then afterwards I was like, oh crap, there's like 12 other YouTubers that made the same video. But you know that means it's good, right? The redeemers on Behemoth are crazy. Yes, last night I was playing a bunch of free-for-alls with 2 of those. And I kept getting 10, 11, 12 million damage games like it was nothing. But I'm telling you what, those redeemers are sick. On the Falcon, they're good. Anything that holds at least 2 of them, I mean, that's just brutal. If you don't have redeemers, I would definitely suggest buying some or building some. So I don't think the chat's lagging. Just make sure you're up in the newest part of the stream. Like normally you can grab that little red bar at the bottom of the video and pull it all the way over to the right. So make sure you're on the newest part of the stream. I'm pretty sure I don't have it set up to lag. 1,000, 2, 1,003. So there's less than 2-second delay on the stream. Randy W, Jasper, nice to see you guys. Alright, so Bellsprout's using the Flame Rocket Harpy again. That's a nice setup actually. The Fleming rockets are pretty good. I don't particularly like them for some reason, but they're very good weapons overall. I've been trying a little bit of everything out, so there's still a couple of robots that got buffed that I haven't got a chance to try with yet. So I got to start working on some of that. So Muhammad says, what's my favorite game? Well, out of all the games I play, I mean, CSR Racing and War Robots are my 2 favorites. I don't really play too much other than those or a bunch of little goofy games. Like, I don't really have time to play a bunch of games seriously. When you have YouTube channels for 2 games, 2 YouTube channels for games, that's a very time-consuming thing, so I'm stuck playing these ones. All right, Alfonso wants to know what's better for Scorpion, Mace, Cudgel, or Scatter, or Havoc. Well, Mace and Cudgel are awesome, and so is Scatter and Havoc. Personally, I think I would go with the Cudgels in the Mace, alright? The Cudgels and Mace are a lot easier to use. They got a shorter reload time. The Sonics definitely hit harder, but the thing with the Sonics is you go in, you hit really hard, and then you're out, right? And then you have a really long reload time, and if you're lagging or something, the Sonics are hard to hit the enemy with or whatever. So I think the shotguns are a lot easier to use compared to the Sonics. But those are both top-notch, excellent setups. Have I tried Zuth Behemoth? No, but I need to try that actually. So Jamel, there's one major problem with the Zeus's right now, and those are shields. Half the time you shoot the Zeus and the shield pops up and you waste your entire thing. Now when the shield chips are gone, if there's not a bunch of shields all over the place, Zeus might actually be a pretty cool deal, but it's a one-shot thing. You get one shot and then you gotta reload, but shields ruin the Zeus at the moment. Haunted wants to know, are Nucleons and Atomizers good for Fenrir? Yes, I would say they are. I've been playing those a little bit. Right now I got those set of weapons on my Invader and it's doing pretty good. I played them on my Fenrir and it did very good. I don't think they're the very best, but they're actually pretty nice. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy those or build those, but if you've already got them laying around and they're already upgraded, by all means, use them. I mean, there are better weapons out there, but those are doing great at the moment, honestly. So I could definitely run them on pretty much anything. Yeah, Thunders are pretty good. Zeus is pretty good. Thunders aren't as good in Champion League as they used to be. There was a time when Thunders were just brutal, but they're kind of outdated these days. But they're great for people in lower leagues or mid leagues. All right, so Jamel wants to upgrade some Atomizers and Nucleons for the Harpy. That would be a nice setup on the Harpy, actually. Ricardo, I think the new update is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, there are still a few hackers running around, but besides that, it's not too bad. Muhammad says, will you try games in the future? Well, I mean, if I have time to play some more games, maybe, but for now, I'm pretty much doing the War Robots and the CSR thing, and that's about it. Everything at Once wants to know, did I tell Pixonic about fixing matchmaking? So I've definitely let Pixonic know, and not just recently though. I mean, I've let them know a few times that matchmaking could really need fixing. So I definitely try to remind of that pretty often. So I'm not really sure exactly how the matchmaking works or how it decides who goes on what team. Like when it grabs 12 people, I'm not sure how it decides who goes where. But it could definitely be a little bit better, I think. Ricardo says, I like the new task. Kron, what's up, buddy? He says, we are War Robots. Haunted wants to know if the bendy bullets are still good. Well, they're okay. They're okay, but they're not great. Honestly, they're nowhere near as good as they used to be. Blake Lee, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? But the bendy bullets are one of those weapons that, as of right now, I don't think I would run them myself. They're not horrible, but they're not great either. Salem, how's it going? Alright, so he wants to know, is there anything that can suppress the angler ability? So you need to be fast enough to get away from it. If you're in a flying bot, you can go up in the air. Or jump if you have a jumping bot. And if you're over top of him when he explodes, or whatever it is that he does, he won't blind you. Robots like the Ravena, if you use the ability to time it correctly, or anything with a phase shift, is good for not being blinded by those guys. What else? Any robot that's really tanky is good because it's going to be hard for that thing to kill it. What's up, Cool Burn? But I mean, just a bunch of little stuff like that, you know. It's not easy to deal with. And unfortunately, there are some anglers running around that have abilities that turn on way before they should. So there are people running cheats with them as well, which sucks. Son Paul, doing pretty good, bud. How about yourself? Now, they did nerf the angler, but honestly, I don't think they nerfed it correctly. What they should have done was nerf the ability cooldown, not the ability. Angler would not be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that it's invisible every 2 seconds, right? Alfonso says, what should I use for the Arthur? So if you have the Arthur Titan, what weapons and modules do you currently have? Onslaught reactors and Grand Balance reactors are amazing. If you can get the newest weapon like the glaive, those are great Titan weapons. The blindy weapons are pretty good. The old school machine guns will do the trick if that's all you have. Alright, so Mastro wants to know, for Revenant, what can I use? Sonic or Cudgel and Hammer? Alright, so if you don't mind the long reload time on the Sonics, they are a great setup, but personally, I'm going to go with the Cudgel and Hammer because I don't want to wait for those things to reload. Fonzo says, I don't have that weapon. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell you what to use because I don't know what you have or can get. Oh, wow. Kron said there was a glitch that allowed the angler to stay in its ability for a long time. I haven't seen that, but that would suck. Sean, what do you mean by new weapons? He says, thoughts on new weapons on a brawler. I don't know what you mean by new weapons, my friend. Jamel says, flamethrowers doing really good with the Revenant. Yeah, flamethrowers are great. MD wants to know, what is the strongest robot? Well, Angler is definitely one of the strongest right now. Kepris are very strong, Fenrirs are very strong, Invaders are very strong, and Revenants are very strong. So if you're talking plain out hard to kill and just does really good, those are some of my favorites right now. Muhammad says the rebalance is good. Okay, if I were you, I would just pretty much work with the Avengers and Retaliators until you can get some better weapons. They'll do okay on the Arthur. I mean, those did get nerfed. They're not as good as they used to be, but the Gendrum or whatever, those are pretty nice, but I don't think they're really ideal for your Arthur. For Mender, I think the newer shotguns like Cudgel and Mace are really good, or Sonics are really good. Those are my favorites for him at the moment. Salem says, anything with the autopilot and spears is good. Yeah, spears are very strong if you have the autopilot. Without the autopilot, they kind of suck. So, tier 3 weapons that are good for a siren. Actually, I'm not really sure which weapons are tier 3, honestly. I'd have to go through and look at all the weapons to see which ones are tier 3. I don't have that good of a memory to remember what tier each thing is, so... If you can get tier 4 weapons, those are probably going to be your best ones. Those are definitely going to be the strongest. Yeah, Halo and Corona, actually those are doing pretty good. Those are pretty nice. Oh yeah, H. Barker, Calamities are great weapons at the moment. Son Paul says, Prisma Bohemoth on Yamato. Yeah, that'll be pretty crazy actually. I don't really like the Prismas, but they're strong weapons on a Behemoth. Haunted wants to know, flamethrowers, acid throwers, or sparks on Kefri? Alright, so the flamethrowers are probably the hardest hitting, but they're probably the hardest to use. The acid throwers are very nice, and the sparks are very nice, but if you can get the hang of playing the flamethrowers, those are probably the ones to go with out of those. But just remember, it's not easy to hit fast-moving targets with those, so you got to get right up in somebody's face. From a distance or something, you're going to have a really hard time, but right up in someone's face, that thing is going to be awesome. Everything at Once wants to know what weapons are good for grabbing beacons. I mean, what robots? Anything that's hard to kill. Now, right now, I would say one of the best beacon robots is the Skyros. But things like Kefri, Invader, Finner, anything that's really hard to kill, the tanky robots are great for beacons. Now, if you're just trying to get the very first beacon, you just run to the beacon with a really fast robot. So Kefri is good because it moves quickly and it's very strong. So Kefri is a great first robot to drop for getting beacons or the Skyros. Alright, some people save... Oh yeah, Crate and Basilic are great weapons, Alfonso. I don't know if you have those, but they're very strong, they hit very hard, but they're a little bit hard to use, mainly if you're lagging because they run out of ammo really quick. So if you miss some shots, you waste a lot of ammo quickly. But if you can get the Crate and the Basilisk and you learn to play it correctly and aim good with it, they're very strong. Can I rate your video? No, you know what? I'm not going to rate people's videos anymore. Because there's many times where somebody asked me to look at one of their videos they made and rate it. And they said, oh, I want your honest opinion. And I would give it to them. And they would get really mad because I told them exactly what I felt about it. And then I lost a subscriber or never heard from them again. So I'm done rating people's videos unless I know you extremely well. I mean, I try to give them constructive criticisms, work on this, maybe you could have done this a little better, maybe change this, maybe change that, and then they get so mad at me for giving them an honest opinion. So most people can't handle constructive criticism, I guess, so I'm never going to rate anybody's video again. I've had that happen 4 or 5 times, and after the 4th or 5th time, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I mean, if somebody gives me criticism, I'll post a video somewhere over on Reddit or something and be like, hey, let me know what you think about this. And sometimes somebody gets on there and they say, this sucks, that sucks, I hate this, I hate that, this was crap, that was crap. And I said, okay, buddy, thank you for letting me know your opinion, because that person was giving me their honest opinion. They liked or disliked things and let me know about it. So Merv, member for 1 month. Thank
We
you,
have
buddy.
a new member. Awesome. Thank you for the extra support. It means a lot.
Sawbean says Mender is so annoying. Yeah, Mender's definitely annoying, but they're very good robots. What is the strongest weapon? Right now, I would say at point blank, probably Redeemers are one of the strongest, Glories are one of the strongest, and probably Glaciers. Redeemers are probably the strongest weapon that's actually easy to use. You got a little bit of range, they're easy to aim, they're just all around top notch. Avalanche, it's really easy to miss, so you want to get right up in somebody's face to ensure that you don't start shooting their shield or you don't miss them. And Glories, you got to be within like 50 meters or closer to do the most damage, so those are both a lot harder to use. But in my opinion, one of the best weapons you can get right now are the Redeemers. Now, when it comes to medium weapons, I still think Mace are one of the best. Pulsars are excellent. I mean, there's a lot of really good weapons right now. So Jamel, I actually tried the Gauss lately and I was very disappointed. I put 2 of the heavy... Is Gauss the heavy, medium, or the lights? I can't remember, but I've tried those out. I mean, I've tried the heavies and the mediums, and I was very disappointed with both. Do I know Manny a little bit? Yeah, I don't really talk to him often, but we're in a private chat room together, so every once in a while I see Manny there and talk to him, but I don't really know him. Am I in Legends League? I really have no idea. Probably not. Do I know Adrian? Yeah, I actually know Adrian pretty well. So as far as Legends League goes, some people might get mad at me for saying this, but Legends League does not mean you're a good player. This is what this is how you get into Legends League. You play with a team that's really good that wins the majority of the battles, and you play for 10, 15 plus hours per day. So if your team is constantly winning and you can play enough battles to keep up with the trophies, then you're on Legends League. So I know one guy who used to make it their thing to be on Legends League all the time, and they would always join one of the top clans just so they could keep winning battles. And they would seriously play between 12 and 18 hours a day just to stay in the top 5 on Legends League. So more than likely, I'm not in the Legends League. Actually, this season, at the beginning of the season, I got beat up really bad, and I think I got kicked down into Masters. Like, my teams just kept losing game after game, so for the first, week of this season, it was rough, and then it went back to normal. Yeah, Terrans are very good weapons. I agree, Terran should probably be a purple weapon and not a blue weapon. King at War, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Terrans are really good weapons overall. I do wish they would have got a little more of a buff, but I like them. Raj said old coins not showing new updates. So what do you mean by old coins? The event coins? So if the new event has started, the coins don't carry over. If you had event coins left over, the game will just automatically give you prizes for those coins. So it will convert your leftover coins into prizes. You don't get to keep the coins for the next event, unfortunately. And if the new event starts and you don't get your prizes right away, give it a little while. In an hour or two, it'll probably calculate all the prizes and switch them over for you. Magnum's got a 10% buff, Kron. Not much, but it's something. But I will say that 10% buff on the Magnums did not really do much. H. Barker says, are Tyrans good on the Fafnir? Yes, actually they are. That's one of my favorite Fafnir weapons that's just plain fun to play. Now, I don't think those are the best setup for the Fafnir. You'd be better off with Pulsars. Pulsars or the radiation weapons are really good, but Tyrans are nice, actually. I can play the heck out of the Fafnir with Tyrans and have a good time with it. Ironhide, what's up, buddy? He says, what's my favorite change with the new update? Almost all of it, man. It's brought a lot of balance back to the game, and now we're able to run all kinds of different stuff that we weren't able to run in the past and actually do well with it. So in the past, if I ran some of these old school stuff, they were okay, but you had to play very carefully and very tactically to do well with it. And now a lot of this older stuff, you can do just as well with that as you can with the newer stuff. So I think this was a huge improvement in general. But it's really cool to be out there and just seeing all these people running all this stuff that nobody's ran in years. I mean, to me, that's amazing. MD says, do sirens do damage? Do you mean their special ability? The special ability does a little bit of damage and then it freezes you. And when you're frozen, any weapon that shoots you while you're frozen deals an additional 20% damage. Trigger Happy, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you again. How you doing? Yeah, you know, yesterday I ran up... Excuse me. Yesterday I ran into a dangler, and I'm pretty sure he was cheating. I had 11 million damage in a free-for-all, and I came in 5th place. It's all because this guy in a dangler would not die, and he kept stealing all of my kills, and every time I would spawn in, he would come right after me. I saw this guy in like 3 games in a row, and I'm not sure how he was doing it, but I'm pretty sure he was cheating. But he came in on the one game, he came in 1st place with 11 million and something like 18 kills. And I came in 5th place with 11 million and like 2 kills because this guy stole every freaking kill I tried to get. And he was unstoppable. I think he was in the same robot for almost the entire battle. Like, his angler was not taking any damage. It was crazy. So unfortunately, we still got crappy hackers out there, but... MD says, I'm your fan, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos and stuff, buddy. Thank you. Jamil says, pulsars are good on anything. So guys, the chat is going kind of fast today, so if I missed somebody's comment, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to all of your comments, but sometimes it can be a little hard when there's this many going through. So Lewis says, Titan Indra is my favorite. Yeah, Titan, Indra's a good Titan. I don't really enjoy playing the Indra, but it's an excellent Titan. Alfonso, what did you say that you typed wrong? I don't even see your message. It must have scrolled by already. I can't find my mouse to scroll back through. Oh, there it is. What is my advice for motherships? So right now, I would say the Orion is a really good mothership to deal damage. Northlight is a really good one for healing. Some people are really starting to like the Frozen Scourge a little bit. What I would do is look at what modules you have that you can, or what kind of turrets, I guess. Whatever you install onto the motherships, right? See which ones you have, figure out which ones you want to use, and then try to find a mothership that fits those turret slots. For example, if you have one of the durability extender turrets, every time you hit yourself with the mothership, you're going to get extra health. So if you have one of those, definitely try to find a mothership that will allow you to install one of those. But if you want plain out raw damage, go with Orion. If you want something that's good for, shield healing and durability extender, I would say Northlight. And the Frozen Scourge is okay. It depends on your playing style. I mean, it's kind of hard to really tell you what's going to be the best mothership for you. It's very hard to get all the motherships right now. Like, I recently got the Thor mothership, but I can't get any more components to upgrade it yet, so. Sometimes it takes a while to get them and level them up. Alfonso says, what Titan should I buy after Arthur? Okay, so right now I'm going to say the best Titans are going to be Indra. If you want to play a skill bot for brawling, Indra is really good. Minos is extremely good. Nodens is super good, and the Aether is really good. So right now, those are my 4 favorite Titans. Now, which one's going to be best for you? I'm not sure. You got to figure out which one's going to fit your playing style. But Nodens is definitely the best healer. It's a big help for your team. I would say Aether is the best, long-range brawling type of thing. Indra and Minos are both up-in-your-face brawlers. Luchador is pretty good, too, for an up-in-your-face brawler, but I would say right now the best Titan in the game is Aether with those new weapons like the Glaive and Lance. But pretty much any Titan that's pretty durable with some Maha and Mahavajras or the Glaive and Lance is just really crazy right now. Kron says Thor is the only mothership I don't have. Turtle Gaming, what's up, buddy? So everything says Miramitz is really good. There's one issue with Miramitz. It dies pretty easily, and it used to have stealth when it was landing. Now it doesn't. So now as soon as your ability ends, as you're falling back to the ground, everybody can shoot the crap out of you. So sometimes it dies on the way back to the ground. Miramitz is very good, but you got to play it very carefully these days. Salem says Angler with phase shift should be illegal. Yeah, they should make so that bot can't run phase shift, honestly. I'm going to read back up through the chat for a second. Sunfall says Orion has extra damage against Titans. Yeah, that's actually a plus. I think Orion's probably the best mothership for free-for-all, honestly. But yeah, I don't really think any of the motherships are the strongest. You just got to find the one that fits your needs. Ricardo, you out of here, buddy. Have a great day. Catch you later. Bruce Matson, how are you today? So Jonathan said I killed 5 Titans with a Orochi. Nice. I haven't played Orochi lately, but I'm sure it's pretty freaking good now. You throw some glories or some redeemers or something on that Orochi, it's going to be amazing. Ao Ming is a good Titan, yes. It dies very easily, so you got to be extremely careful with it. If I'm going to play the Ao Ming, I'm going to make sure I have weapons that have at least a 500 meter range. Preferably a 600 meter range. I want to stay back as far as possible. You want to stay out of range of the other robots. So when you're ready to attack, you want to float into range, beat some people up, and then back off a little bit. So it's not easy to play, but it's actually a very good Titan if you can get the hang of playing it. It is extremely squishy, it dies super easy, but the firepower is phenomenal. A lot of people don't like it because they can't figure out how to keep it alive for long enough. So that's definitely not a Titan for everybody, but it is good, yes. Jonathan says, Boombox Devastator. What about it, my friend? Devastators are quite good. Boombox is good. I don't like the way it looks, honestly. It doesn't really look like a boombox. They should have called it a base cannon. Fire the base cannons! Yes, Eddie Knoll does work on Sonics, but I don't particularly like that pilot. It barely seems to do anything. It doesn't really make the ammo unload that much faster, so Eddie Knoll is not a pilot I would actually use. Mirage says, means old event ends, then coins also end, but this is wrong. What do you mean? Hold on a second. Let me look at something here. You're saying you don't like it, or I'm not sure what you mean by this is wrong? Muhammad, I don't know. I don't know if you should buy the Ao Ming or not. That's the thing. I don't know if you're going to like that Titan. I feel like buying the Ao Ming is sort of a risk. Because I really don't know if you're going to like it or not. You might love it or you might hate it. I'm just not really sure. But there's a lot of variables that comes into, is this Titan going to be right for me? You know what I mean? I have no idea if you're going to like it or not, but it's definitely not one of my first choices. I like it. I enjoy playing it from time to time, but it's not something I'm going to play often. Hopefully that makes sense. I would say Sharinga probably has a bit more firepower than the Ming. But they're very similar in firepower. But yeah, Sharinga is a little bit stronger, I would say. Alright, so I'm actually looking at the new event right now. I just logged on to it on my phone. Things look very different all of a sudden. Very cool, actually. It wants me to subscribe to their YouTube, which I've already done, so. Oh. Let me see what's going on here. Alright. Mohammed, have a great day, buddy. Catch you later. Hope you have fun playing, my friend. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through the new stuff here. So far, I don't think I've got any of the new stuff yet. They should be sending the new robots and everything over to at least my battle wreck account sometime soon. So either later today or tomorrow, I'll be able to start making some videos on the new stuff. Let me go look and see if they've sent it over. I'm gonna go get on our private room, our private chat room, and see what they're saying over there. Announcements. Okay, okay, I gotta fill in a sheet of what I need for my battle wreck account, I guess. So Sun Paul says, what should I use on Nether? There's a lot of really good things you can put on him. What's the best Nether setup right now? I mean, I like Sonics. I like the radiation weapons. I like the shotguns. Spears are good with the autopilot. The claw type weapons, I can't remember if the claws are the heavies or the mediums, but those are really good on him. So those are some of my favorites for the Nether. Alright, so Jonathan's got Boombox Devastator at level 9 or 10. That's not bad depending on which league you're in. I mean, that should do you pretty well. Let me go ahead and switch accounts here on my game and see if they sent me some of the other stuff. Yeah, I mean, trying to choose a Titan is a hard decision because they're all so different and some of them may fit your playing styles and some may not. So one thing you can always do is go over to the War Robots test server and try the different Titans on there. That would give you a good idea of figuring out which ones you actually enjoy playing. Because I really don't know which ones you're going to like or which ones you're not going to like. So let me log on to my battle wreck account and see if they've actually sent me any of the new stuff or not. I really don't like how there's all these bubbles all over the place on the screen trying to prompt me to do different actions. That's driving me kind of crazy right now. Leave me alone, Bubbles. Leave me alone. I've already done all this. Stop making me click through the crapolas. Alright, here we go. And okay, so I don't appear to have any of the new stuff yet. So they haven't sent it over yet. After I'm done with the video, I'm going to have to go out, fill out the form and let them know what items I want or need. So I'm going to say, send me 247 emojis, please. You know, I don't know if they'll do that, but we're going to try. Everything at once is how to get an account by Pixonic. Well, if you have a YouTube channel and for some reason they like your YouTube channel, they may contact you and ask you someday if you're interested in working with them. So normally, there's only like, what, 7 or 8 of us that have one of those accounts. So you got to be extremely lucky. So basically what they did is they sent me a message on my YouTube channel from the official Robots thing and said, hey, are you interested in working with us? And I was like, heck yeah. So I got super lucky with mine. They just liked my YouTube channel. What's up, Eric? How's it going? Alex Reese says, I got a CSR question. What's up, buddy? What is your CSR question, my friend? I can hopefully maybe answer something about that. I see Zod. Oh, yeah, Magnetars are great. Magnetars are very good. Thank you, Zod. If you got Magnetars, definitely throw those on something because they're hitting really hard. So, Mirage, they should be sending you prizes for your old coins. Your old coins will disappear, but sometime within the next couple of hours, you should get compensated for those coins. Let's just say you had enough coins to open 30 crates. You should get 30 crates worth of prizes out of there. Sometimes you get it right away. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. So don't worry. you should be getting prizes for your leftover coins that were from the old event. Arya, what's going on? What's going on? So Jonathan wants me to look at your hanger. I'm not even sure if I can see your hanger, buddy. I can only look at like Android hangers, but let's see. What do we got going on here? Yeah. Raj, you're welcome. Hopefully I'm saying your name properly. I kind of doubt I am. I can't read or spell, so I messed it all up. That's what happens when you're dyslexic. Being dyslexic is a pain. It's not so bad, though. It could be a lot worse, I think. But I read things backwards and upside down all the time. It happens, you know. Could be much worse. All right. Hold on a second, guys. All right. So, question, do you guys think the music is about at the correct volume? Like, I went through and tried to reset up all my volume levels the other day. So, hopefully, I think I got everything around a nice level. We got Jimmy. He wants to know if he can give his hanger to somebody. So Jimmy, the only way you could give somebody your hanger is if you gave them your Google account password. You would have to give them your login information and your password. So whatever Google account your game is attached to, it's always going to be attached to that game. So you can't just give somebody an account unless you're willing to lose your email as well. What's up, Dixon? I have no idea, bud. I haven't got any of the new stuff yet, so sometime today or tomorrow we'll probably be getting a bunch of the new stuff on the Battle Wreck accounts. So sometime in the near future, I'll be able to try that stuff out. If they send me that stuff today, like later on, we can all go into a custom game. So Dixon's in my clan now. So like later on, we can get a bunch of people into a custom and go try some of it out and test it and stuff. So I'm not sure when they're going to send it. One thing that's a bummer is the Battle Wreck account, the one Pixonic owns, we're not allowed to play in squads or anything. I can take it into custom games to test stuff with other people, but we're not allowed to squad or anything, which is a bummer. Jimmy, so are you not going to play War Robots anymore? Are you giving up your main account, my friend? I hope you're not quitting the game, Jimmy. We will miss you, my friend. We will miss you very much. Jimmy, if you have a Discord, if you want to join join my Discord server, maybe I can talk to you about it over there if you really want to give it away, but I don't want to see you quit the game, man. Oh, you're not feeling well? Man, that sucks, buddy. What's wrong, Jimmy? I know you said you weren't doing good recently, but is it really that bad? Like, are you doing that bad? If so, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, are you going to recover? You got to keep fighting, bud. If you're not feeling well, you gotta, oh, you're in the hospice. Oh, that's horrible, man. I'm so sorry. I don't know, buddy. Fight through it the best you can. You know what I mean? Sometimes people are doing pretty bad, and every once in a while somebody can make a crazy comeback, so keep fighting, Jimmy. Keep fighting, buddy. Man, that's a bummer. I'm really sorry to hear that, Jimmy. That sucks. But yeah, don't give up, bud. Keep fighting. Alright, so you're stuck on a loading screen. Have you tried to restart the game? Restart the game. If that doesn't work, maybe go into the game settings and clear the cache. Like in your phone settings, you should be able to go into the apps, click on the app, go into storage, then clear the cache. Sometimes that'll work. If worse comes to worse, you could always uninstall the game and reinstall it. And if that doesn't work, then you might have to contact game support. I think 2 magnetars and a pulsar and a mender would be great, buddy. Yeah, definitely get a hold of me about that, Jimmy. We can find somebody. I mean, if you're sure, or I can even like hold on to it for a while or something if you need me to. But just remember though, if you do give somebody the username and the password, any emails or anything that are tied into that, they can get into your email account as well. So I don't know if you made a separate email or if it's attached to your personal email. Everything at once. If you go to any one of my videos, there's a link to the Discord server in there. But one of my friends built it and runs it. So I have a couple friends that actually run the Discord. Because I was like, you know, I don't really have time to run a Discord. So they built one and decided to run it for me, which is kind of cool. So it's not really my Discord server, but it's the Lightning Fans Discord server. So they made it for me, which is cool. But I usually stop in there every day, say hello, maybe answer a couple questions and stuff when I get a chance. I don't know if Fenrir is in the top 5, but it's definitely one of the best tanks in the game. Now, as far as Armadillo, that's I don't really feel like Fenrir benefits as much from the Armadillo. I feel like the Nebula is the way to go because Fenrir's already got a lot of defense points. And the way the defense point stacks, 100 defense points is 50% damage resistance. 900 defense points is 90% damage resistance. So after you pass 100, it's weird how it scales. So let's just say you have 100 hit points, then you go to 300 hit points. That's only another, like, I don't know, 10% or 15% resistance or something. So Armadillo is best on robots that already don't have a bunch of resistance, that are squishy. If your robot's already got a lot of resistance like the Fenrir, I don't know if it's really worth running the Armadillo on something like the Fenrir. So Mastro, if you want to play up close in somebody's face, that's when you want to go with like the mace, cudgel, hammers. If you want to play from a distance or up close, if you want something that's good at both, that's when you're going to go from like the Magnetar and Pulsars. So it depends on your playing style. They're both top notch, but I don't know which one you're really going to like better. But either way, they're both amazing. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. Now, with any type of shotguns, the closer you get, the harder they hit. To where Pulsar and Magnetar do the same amount of damage from 600 meters as they do at 2 meters. So I would say for your average person, the Pulsar and Magnetars are probably going to be the better choice just because they're easier to use and you can use them from any distance. But if you're a brawler and you just want to stay up in people's face all the time, that's when the shotguns really shine. Gideon, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Now, just remember, whatever you see on the test server is not set in stone as far as the drone rework goes. It could drastically change. All right, Jimmy, buddy, you have a great day, man. It was nice talking to you. I hope you're feeling a little better soon. But yeah, keep fighting, my friend. Keep fighting, all right? Don't give up. You never know, man. You might be able to make some sort of good comeback. So keep trying and don't give up, buddy. Gideon says Mars with Pulsar or Fainter. Right now, so the Fainters are still good weapons, but after the nerf, I think the Pulsar would be my choice. Bellsprout says, why do you use the same videos while live streaming? Well, I'm too lazy to sit there and record several hours or a couple hours worth of gameplay for every live stream. So it's really just something for you guys to look at. I probably should record a couple more and then alternate or something, but I don't know. I just never really get around to recording 2 or 3 hours worth of gameplay. ACIE. AC? Am I saying that right? So what's your favorite robot? You know, you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but right now I'm going to say Invader is probably one of my favorites. Mars was one of my favorites, but he got nerfed down a little bit. He's not quite as good now, so I think that's going to kick me back to Invader being my favorite. For a long time, it was Fenrir, but it's changed to Invader just because Invader is almost as hard to kill, but a lot more fun to play. Oliver, yes, that's a great setup. 2 Dazzlers and 1 Gargantua is very nice. I mean, if you can run 3 Dazzlers, that's probably better, but if you don't have 3 and you have 2 and 1, sure, go for it. You'll like that setup, I think. Jet, how are you? Do I recommend Fenrir with shotguns or with incinerators? I would say definitely the shotguns. Incinerators are cool weapons, but I personally don't enjoy playing them. I like the bomb effect. I mean, they did get a buff recently, but I always do better with the shotguns. I do way better with the shotguns. Now, there may be a few people that like the exploding rocket weapons, but they're just not for me. Tamura says, I am liking the Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion's an awesome robot. It's still one of the better robots in the game. Teleport in there, strike, and leave. I mean, you can't complain too much about that. Scorpion's awesome. Tamara says, Mars has become near unusable. It definitely took a pretty big hit, honestly. I think it's usable, but not like it was. What's up, Magic? Yeah, now that we have a new update, I'm definitely going to have to record some new game footage. Because this is old game footage with old bots that have been nerfed or buffed or whatever, so. Once I get all the new stuff on the Battle Wreck account, I'll probably go record a couple games with that. So for the next question and answer live stream, I probably will have some new footage coming up. Joseph D, yeah, the new Titan sounds insane. So it's supposed to have healing turrets and damage turrets that you can throw them off like the Mars. I'm not sure when that's going to be on the I'm not sure when that's going to be on the next test server, but it sounds crazy. Thomas says, what were the nerfs on the Mars? So whoever had the CSR racing question, I never saw you post anything. If I missed it, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're still here or not, but I think the turret does less damage and he has a longer ability cooldown. I can't remember exactly what got changed on the Mars, but I think those were two of the changes. I've got a really bad memory, so I don't remember exactly. Does anybody know what got changed on the Mars exactly? Oh yeah, the new Titan may have 4 heavy weapon slots, which that's too much. That's too much. Jet says, should I put the Scorpion with Sonics or use them on the Invader? Well, either one of those is great with Sonic weapons. So are you only going to be playing one or the other? I'm not really sure, but... Oh, the Aegis shield was nerfed as well, and the speed, okay. So the turret, the speed, and the Aegis shield got nerfed. That sucks. But I think I would rather play the Sonics on the Scorpion over the Invader, but I would be more than happy playing either one. So Everything at Once wants to know what's more tanky, the Fenrir or the Invader. Okay, so if you have a maxed out Fenrir with the Bernadette Wolf pilot and a Nebula, or you have a maxed out Invader with a Nebula, I'm going to say the Fenrir is probably a little bit harder to kill, but if you use the suppression properly on the Invader, that may change things. So if you were just to stand there still and have somebody shoot both of them, I'm pretty sure the Invader would die first. But I think if you use the jump and the suppression correctly on the Vader, it can be better. So I do believe it depends on how you play it. Arav says Sonic weapons are good for Scorpion, Revenant, or Angler. Yeah, they're great on all 3 of those, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a bummer that they nerfed the Mars. I'm actually surprised they did, because in my opinion, that robot didn't really need a nerf. What's up, Alexandros? How's it going? Ah, you started playing your Hawk again. Very cool. What weapons you got on there? I was just thinking the other day about Nucleon and Quarkers on the Hawk. I think that might do really good. Zod says Mars got 4 nerfs. That's crazy. I don't know why they hit the Mars so hard. Mars really isn't all that strong. Like, I mean, he is, but he's not. Oh yeah, Randy's Sonics are great on Skyros. That's probably one of the best weapons to put on your Skyros right now, honestly. Joseph Dre, new Titan called Moses. Cool. I would probably go with the flame weapons on the Invader Jet. The radioactive weapons are really good, but on Invader, I'm a fan of the flames. I like the flames better myself. I guess it depends on how you want to play the robot. If you're planning on always jumping in and brawling up close, then definitely the flames. But if you want to be able to play it close and far, then that's where the other weapons really shine. I mean, if you have both, try them both out. Because you may end up liking one more than the other. I mean, they're both excellent setups. So I think it's really going to come down to personal preference on that one. Decay and Blight on the Hawk would be great, actually. Yeah, that's a good setup. Jet says Vortex Mars will be meta. I don't know. You know, I was playing Vortex the other day. I can't remember what... Oh, I had them on Typhon. And they're kind of hard to play. A lot of times you shoot one off and somebody's shield comes up. And all of a sudden, you hit the shield with your Vortex. And it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Do you guys like my sound effects? Here comes a shield. There you go. But I actually haven't really played my Mars enough to get a feel for it since it got nerfed. But yeah, it did get nerfed a few times. But I haven't really got to play it much. I've been focusing on a lot of other stuff. So I think today I'll put my Mars in and really get a good feel for it. No, farts are not healing, man. That's when your weapon hits a shield instead of damaging the robot. So if your weapon hits a shield and doesn't damage the robot, then it goes... See what I'm saying there? Vortex is actually very strong, though. Like, when I was playing on the... what's that thing's name? I just said it. Now I can't remember. The Typhon, right? I was trying to kill Titans with it, and I would basically get up right against them and run circles around them and keep hitting them with it. And it was great for killing Titans, but the second somebody locked you down or gravity amplified you, that Titan would just stomp you into the ground. But they're actually very strong weapons, but they're very hard to play. Why am I running patron drones? Well, there was a time when I put patrons on everything just to see how well they did. So I must have recorded this video at the time that I was doing that. But, you know, when I'm doing question and answers, I can't focus on playing and streaming, so I just do some pre-recorded stuff for those. You know, I wish I had some really old school video to, like, maybe I can get on one of my old, maybe I can download some of my really old YouTube videos from like 4 years ago. Like on my CSR Racing channel, I used to post War Robots on there occasionally back before I had a War Robots channel. So on my other channel, I probably have got 4 to 5 year old footage. I'm going to have to look for some of that. Maybe I can download some of it and put it on there for fun. I don't know. Jet says, are radioactive weapons recommended on Shell? If you're planning on trying to play the Shell from a distance, I would say yes. If you're trying to brawl with the Shell, I think I would go with more like shotguns or like punch or shredder. Or possibly even the sonic weapons. But I'm not really a big fan of Shell anymore. Shell is a fun robot. And last time I played it, I enjoyed it a lot more than I remembered. So it actually does okay, but I don't think it's one of the best robots in the game, but Shell is pretty nice for the most part. I made a build video for it not too long ago, and I can't remember what weapons I had on it, but If you type in Danny Lightning Shell on YouTube, whatever weapons I was running on that worked wonders. I mean, it was the best shell build I'd ever played, so maybe look up that video. I cannot remember. I think I posted it like 2 months ago. But whatever weapons I put on it were amazing. What's up, Bell Frost? How you doing, buddy? Sonic Ravena is very good, everything. Hard to play, but very good. So Thomas just got the Mars the other day, and then they got nerfed. Yeah, that is a bummer when that kind of thing happens. I'll tell you what really upset me was back when I maxed out my first set of weapons. I think I had a Spectre, and I maxed out 4 Storms, and 3 days after I got the last Storm maxed out, they announced we're nerfing the Storms, and they sucked after that, so that was crappy. That was upsetting, but what can you do, I guess? Oh well, you know what I mean? Oh well. I did my best. Arya says, that would be cool. Let's go old school. I know I got some videos of Spectre with something on it just wrecking everything. I remember I used to take Spectres into free-for-alls and it would just stomp everybody. Jet says the problem with Shell is the physical shield resistance. What do you mean by resistance? Do you mean it's really hard to take out? Belfrost, not yet. I have not got the Amugi yet, but I don't know if my account's going to get it, but I'll definitely have it sometime within the next day or two on the Battle Rec account, so as soon as I get some of that stuff, I'm going to start playing it and figure it out and see how it goes. If they send it later today, heck, I might even do a second live stream just to let you guys see some of it. I don't know if they will send it today or tomorrow or what, but sometime within the next couple of days, I'll at least have that stuff on the Battle Rec account. Anybody who's in the YouTube Creators Program, some of us will get some of it. I'm not sure what stuff I'm going to get on my personal account and what stuff I won't. It kind of goes by how many views you have. And I don't get enough views to get all of the prizes. So some YouTubers that get more views get more prizes out of the Creators Program than I do. So I'll probably get some of it. Everything at Once says, do you know Mr. Beast? Not personally. I know who he is, but I don't actually know him. I did see he was doing a commercial for some weird coupon app or something the other day. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I think the app was called Honey or something like that. And I'm like, man, that's kind of surprising that he's promoting something like that. Thomas says, is the Mars going to get buffed again? I really don't know, my friend. Everything wants to know what's more important, speed, durability, resistance, or firepower. Well, speed is extremely important. Slow robots suck to play. But some robots that are extremely durable but a little slower can still do very well and get by. A slow robot needs a lot of durability. A really fast robot can get away with less durability because it's harder to hit and more agile. But in my opinion, it depends on what you're trying to do with a robot. If you're trying to hold or grab beacons, I would say durability is extremely important. Speed is huge. Speed is a huge thing. That's a very hard question to answer because there's so many different situations or, variables of what you might be seeing or doing during a battle it's hard to really answer that question. It's all very important. I mean, you need to have a good amount of speed. You need to be durable. You need good damage. So it all works together. I mean, there's times where I'm running one thing and I'm just like, in this particular situation, I wish I had something else. So I think it's really just situational as to what really makes the most difference. Oh man, somebody says hello from India. I don't know how to pronounce your name, my friend. Achintya. Chantia? I probably said that very wrong, but hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Nice to see ya. All right, so we got about 15 minutes left on the stream, guys. So yeah, I really don't know if they're ever going to nerf birth the Mars again. They might not. We'll just have to wait and see. But if they do buff the nerfs, oh my god, that's a tongue twister all of a sudden. If they do ever buff the Mars, it probably won't be anytime soon. It'll probably be like a year or two from now, but it might get buffed eventually. Oh, I almost got it right. After I spelled it out, like after I said the letters out loud, it was a little easier to figure out how to say it, but at least I was close. Tamura says, I got suckered into Eldritch Kepri sale. What do you mean now it's nerfed, my friend? They just buffed the, oh, I'm sorry. You said Kepri. For some reason, I was thinking Ares. No, Kepri got nerfed, but Kepri is awesome, bud. Kepri may have got nerfed, but it's still one of the top-notch robots in the game. So if you bought that robot and it's almost at Mark III or at Mark III, play that thing. You should do well with it. It may take a minute to learn how to play it. Maybe you just don't know how to play it yet, but it's a top-notch robot. It's still one of the best. Just because something has been nerfed doesn't mean it's bad. Kefri's been nerfed like 4 or 5 times now, and every time they nerf it, it just keeps going. They can't kill it off. So at the moment, I still love my Kepri. I'm still playing them all the time. It's great. Okay, I just saw something. Who is my favorite YouTuber besides me? Man, there's a lot of YouTubers that I really like. I'm not sure if I really have a favorite. Like every YouTube channel I watch is different and unique in its own way. And they're all really good, so I can't really say that any of them are my favorite. I like most of the YouTubers I watch pretty equally. Salem says, do a few time drops. Usually I do those on Thursdays. I usually do a Thursday time drop stream. But I mean, I don't even have like the game open and ready to stream or anything right now, so it would take me a minute to get that all running, but today is more of a question and answer, my friend. I can't play and focus on reading all the comments at the same time. Joseph says, is that a good name for Luchador as for a future Luchador? What, for like a special edition, you mean? I mean, if you made a futuristic looking Luchador, I would say yes. Oh yeah, if you're out of power cells, or actually if you're out of power cells and you don't have very much gold, you can actually spend more power cells in the game than you have gold, and then it'll start taking your gold away, and then you'll go into the negative. So that's one thing you got to watch out for, is if you're very low on gold, don't buy power cells with gold while you're in a game, or it will put you into the negative if you use more gold than you currently have. Mad Cat wants them to buff Skyrose. Don't you think he's pretty good as he is, my friend? I don't think I'd really want to see a Skyrose buff, because if that thing got any harder to kill, that would be horrible. It's already too hard to kill, in my opinion. Like, that thing is crazy hard to kill. So I think it's pretty good where it's at right now. But I can see how you might want it to get changed a little bit. All right, Mad Cat, have a great day, buddy. Everything at Once says, can you shout out to me, please? Shout out to Everything at Once, guys. Hopefully that's what you were looking for there. Ah, man, Joseph said the Kefri is haunted, and that's why they can't get rid of it. Yeah, usually I'm not one of the people, like, I don't normally pick favorites because there's usually so many things that I actually like. It's hard to figure out which one is my absolute favorite. JR says, use black market keys on the bronze chest. Oh yeah, the small 10 key boxes will give out a lot of power cells. So what a lot of guys do is they always open all the crates to get, no. They watch the ads to get the free keys. They collect whatever keys they can. Sometimes they buy keys with real money, and then one of those overdrive events goes on for opening the crates that make you get the super chest faster. They'll go in there and they'll just open a whole bunch of the 10 crates and get a load of power cells and a couple of super chests. So that's actually a very good way to do that. What was the best robot when War Robots was first released? Oh, man. Okay, so I guess the original set of robots, I'm trying to remember, Leo and Griffin were probably the best two robots when it first came out. And then when Lancelot came out, Lancelot was the absolute best robot for a long time. So I would say back in the first 2 years, Lancelot, Leo, and Griffin were top notch. Galahad was really cool. Rhino, yeah, Rhino was one of the best back then, but my God, it sucks to play Rhino right now. When did Fujin come out? I would say, I don't remember if that was on the second or the third year of War Robots. But I never really thought Fujin was that good. Ashantia says Griffin with Tulumbas and Orkans was one of the best. Yeah, that was a pretty good setup. We call those death button Griffins. Rocket Griffin would beat you up back in the day. Yeah, Natasha was okay. I used to put, I think, 2 Thunders and 2 Punishers on my Natasha, and it would beat people up. It was never really one of the best. It didn't really have any type of bells and whistles, but it was just a basic robot with a lot of firepower. So yeah, it was pretty good back in the day. Ah, when Carnage came out, everybody loved that. You know, I've never actually owned a Carnage. I wonder if I have a Carnage right now. I don't think that I do. You know, that's one robot I don't think I've ever owned or played. I think maybe once I played the Carnage on the test server or maybe on a skirmish or something, but I do remember when that thing came out, man, it was hard to deal with. Now, what I did have was the Kumaho. Kumaho was amazing back in his day. Like, everybody thought the Dash bots were going to replace Lancelot and his brothers, but they really didn't. But Kumaho was crazy. That was the best out of all the Dash bots, in my opinion. Now it's kind of like a turd. You can't really play it, but Kumaho was awesome back in his day. Yeah, Gilead Tehran Magnum was also really good. That's what I played that all the time. And I played the Ancile a lot. We put the Terrans and the Ancile on top of the Lancelot. And Gilead and Lancelot were two of my favorite robots for a long time. I also had the little brother, Gareth. I used to use him for getting the beacons quickly. Joseph says the Fujin came out on March 3rd, 2016. How do you know that? You must have a heck of a memory. Fujin was a really cool robot when he came out. Demeter or Mender? Ah, man, those are both very different, but I would say if you can get the Demeter with the, or hold on a second, if you can get the Mender with the Marie Leclerc pilot, and you can figure out how to play it properly, the Mender is probably better. But a lot of people can't figure out how to play the Mender. So if you're one of those people that just can't figure out how to properly play the Mender and keep it alive, then the Demeter would be the better choice. But if you're good with the Mender is going to be top notch. JR says, too many robots come out too quickly. Yeah, I do wish they would slow down on the amount of things they're bringing out. It does get kind of crazy how often new stuff is coming out. Joseph says, I actually remember when it came out. I didn't Google it. Gideon says, then Hover came out. You know, Hover was awesome, but he was never easy to play. I always liked Hover a lot, but it's a very hard robot to play. Alright, so nobody has the Amugi yet. We don't really know. Sometime later tonight or maybe tomorrow, I should be getting some of those on on one of my accounts. Either my account might get it, may or may not get it, but the account owned by Pixonic that I have will definitely get it. So as soon as I get my hands on those, I'm definitely going to be making some videos and letting you know what I think about it and stuff. But I haven't got to play it on the live server yet, so I'm not really sure what it's going to be like. But guys, don't worry. As soon as I know, I'll be making some stuff to let you know how they do and telling you what I think of it. Everything says by record and free-for-all is 13 kills. Not bad. I was so disappointed the other day, speaking of that. I was on the account Pixonic owns playing free-for-all, and I think I hit my world record on kills, which was like 22 or 23. And I thought I was on my account. I was like, yes, my kills just went up. Then I realized, ah, man, I'm on the wrong account. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but Joseph, no, the stream still seems to be working just fine. I'm not having any problems with the stream, but the stream is about to end. Our stream time is just about up. I really need to get off of here pretty soon. I got some stuff I need to do, and I really need to use the restroom, guys. I need to use the restroom like crazy here. So the coffee is kicking in. So our stream time is up anyway. So I think that's going to wrap this one up. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are all super amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. All the monthly channel members, thank you. Everybody who donates every once in a while, thank you. Everybody who just watches the videos and comes to hang out with me, thank you guys so much. You guys are super awesome. But I got to get going, and don't worry, as soon as I can get some good footage of those new stuffs, you guys will get to see it. So hopefully later tonight or tomorrow, all right? Catch you guys later. Have an awesome day, and lightning out. Thank you guys. See ya.